response has got me a little bit worried. And I'm not trying to pick faults here with anyone, by the way. So it's Friday, Web Squadron. So I'm just going to hey, Gary, how you doing? So I'm just going to show you. So someone has posted. Let me just pop it on screen because it always helps when I do that. So you'll see here, someone has posted something about, they've basically said they need the images to be aligned. That doesn't make total sense to me. What do they mean by aligned or set correctly? So here's how their images look and here's how they want it. And what they've said here, and this is what worries me, they've said this is their first client and first website. And I'm a bit going, does this mean you've never really designed websites? But what I want to say to them, what theme are you using now? Are you using sections or containers? How many? I mean, what they've done is they've said this is how they want it to look and this is how it looks, but they're asking for help, but they haven't really said much more about that. Oh, they are using containers. Sorry, they are using containers. So how many child containers are there? I am assuming 2. Are you using wrapping? I mean, so this is one of those scenarios where the reason I'm showing you this is just because what they've said here by saying this is their first client and their first website, that kind of comment gets me quite worried when I go, you shouldn't be taking on clients. And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching here, okay? But if you take on a client, you better know that you were ready to deliver. Even if you couldn't deliver everything, 99% you were very certain you could deliver, because it is really unfair on the client if you say, I'll do your website, you take it on, but you don't really know what you're doing maybe, or something like that. That is not fair on the client. They've trusted you. They've invested in you. They probably said no to other designers. So, please be mindful of that. Hey, Mark. Hey, Alan. How are you doing? Hey, Randy. Hey, Pavel. Hey, Piers. Hope you're okay. By the way, we're still being hammered by YouTube. So every night at midnight, I check because I can see what happens with the previous day's stats, and we are being hammered still. And YouTube just aren't helping at all, which really winds me up. Really, it gets me sad. Believe me, every night I just feel, deep down inside, I'm quite upset. And when I say upset, I do mean it. I've been looking at a new plugin. Well, it's not a new plugin. It's been around for a while. It's got about 30,000 installs. It's a live chat, and I done a video on it today through the settings and also how you can use it on the website as an app on your computer via your phone. And I didn't realize this, but as I was testing it, it started sending messages to my iWatch as well. And I was like, wow, this is really good. And guess what? It was completely free. This is what blew my mind. It's not like you're limited. Yeah, you are limited. You're limited to 10 members. So if you have a team that's got 12 people, you might want to decide who gets it. But if it's just you and a few others or whatever, it's completely free. Like, no gimmick, no catch, no site, no affiliate, none of that garbage. And I'm going to share that video on Monday. And I hope you like the video I put out today about Termageddon. So I did a video about 2 weeks ago about how you could sign up with Termageddon and get free privacy policies, the generator, the cookie consent tool, automatically updated whenever the law changes. And I thought that's really important. But I also wanted to show you the steps, because there are quite a lot of steps you got to think about. And I wanted to go through that as to how I would complete it. And you don't have to copy what I do. But the key bit was how you can then sell on to clients as well. And I strongly recommend you go and watch that video and sign up for Termageddon. By the way, there is no affiliate link there. I have not put my affiliate link. I do have one, but it's not there. You can go straight to Termageddon if you want. You don't even have to click my link, right? Just go straight to Termageddon. Go and type it in a search engine. Go and have a look. Because if you are doing privacy policies on your website or your clients, I strongly recommend you go for Termageddon. I really do. Just because of the fact it's updated. And if you care about your business and your clients, what have you got to lose? It's free. You get it for free. Okay? If you're not a web agency or a freelancer, you won't get it for free, but I strongly recommend you do that. Okay, Mark Jackson, sorry for being late to answer your question. I'm okay, mate. Hope you're okay too. You would like to know how to have a hyperlink in WooCommerce custom attributes, one that you make yourself. Anytime that I add HTML, the HTML just seems to disappear. Okay, when you say the HTML disappear, you say the HTML disappears. Custom attributes. So are you talking about the variation field then? You talking about that bit? Yeah, hey Pez, look, you just catch up when you can, mate. Hey Mia, how you doing? Hey Wesley, I'm okay. Well, other than YouTube hammering me still, I'm okay, but yeah, I am still a bit irritated. Tonight after school, I'm gonna take Raheem straight after school to the cinema and we're gonna go watch the new Transformers movie. I'm a massive Transformers fan, right? When I was 7 years old, my life was, Transformers back then. 1985 or whatever it was, 86, 85. I loved Transformers. The first movie was brilliant. The second movie, not so good. The third movie was better. The fourth movie, The fifth movie was tragic. The Last Night. I hated that. I literally hated that film. But I'm hoping the new one, Rise of the Beasts, is much better. By the way, I do want to say, I am fed up of all of these movies. Rise of the Machines, Rise of the Beasts, Rise of the Skywalker, Rise of the this, Rise of the that. Can't they be a little bit more imaginative and get rid of the Rise of the Foot Soldier, the Rise of the Ninja, the Rise of the Porn Star? Can we just get rid of all of these Rise of that? Don't you get bored of these really cheap, it's like you haven't put much thought into it, right? The Rise of the Beasts. Come on. There's more. How many times are we going to get a subtitle of the Rise of the... Alan, question about hosting on your hosting server developed by someone else. They don't update plugins which push sites. What do you do? Okay. If they don't update it, then it's on you to go in and update it, Alan. That's the gist of it, really. And I actually would prefer it if your host didn't update it. I don't even let SiteGround update our WordPress version for our websites that we've got with them. I want to control it. Because what they'll do is they'll just update. They don't test. But don't put a staging site. Hey, Ive, Rise of the AI. Do you know what I mean? They don't do any of that. So if you let the host do it, they'll update it. Rise of Uranus. My God, that would be one hell. Can you imagine a movie poster? Someone would look at it and go, "Is that a peach? No. Is that like a black hole? What is that? Is that a wormhole?" And then underneath it says, "Rise of the Uranus." Hey, Maddie, how you doing? So, Alan, I would say okay. I would say, yeah, never let the host provider update your plugins or your WordPress version, because they'll update it, and when it screws up your website, they'll be like, yeah, but we updated it. We haven't got time to do systematic checks or whatever. We will update it as soon as the update comes in. What's your problem? Whereas whenever WordPress do an update, I wait at least sometimes 10 days, not even a week. When Elementor do an update, I wait a week. Some plugins, you don't care. Duplicate, yeah. Rank math, yeah, just do it. Custom fields, yeah, just do it. Some of them you just do. But there are some plugins, Elementor Pro, never do it straight away. Wait 7 days. WordPress versions, wait at least 10 days, because there's always going to be the odd little fix or problem with it. There'll be certain WooCommerce, I sometimes wait 7 days. Because if you've got a website that is taking sales and WooCommerce do an update, you go and update and it screws up your website. If you've got a backup, you're okay. But when you have a WooCommerce website, let's say you get 10 sales every day. You update, website gets messed up, and then you do a backup. You will lose the 10 sales that were in your system. Maybe they were new accounts. Maybe it was a purchase. Maybe you haven't done the fulfillment or the shipping yet. How do you let the person know? Oh, by the way, yeah, your sale's been deleted. Can we just confirm? Blah 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 blah. So what you should do is, in my opinion, is don't let host providers update for you. Do it yourself, but be very careful on that. Oh, sorry, Alan, you're going to clarify. Yep. Hey, Artif, how you doing? You host client sites on your server, but it was developed by another party, but they keep forgetting to update. Ah, right, Alan. Okay, Alan. Okay. So, do you have a relationship with the client? So we have Alan hosts, we have the website built by someone else, and we have the client. So Alan, the website built by someone else who doesn't update, and we have the client. Do you have a relationship with the client, or do you have a relationship with the developer who put the website there? Where does the end game go? Who is paying for the hosting? That's the question, really. Who's paying for the hosting? The developer, because they stuck it on there and they're probably selling it on and getting a cut of that, and then they're passing it on, or the client. So when you say yes, Alan, is it the developer or the client? I'm guessing it's the developer, because you've just said I host free sites for them. Is it the developer? If it's the developer. Now, if it's the developer, right? Oh, with the client. Okay, you need to then go back to the client. Pretty simple one here. If it was the developer, then I would say, did you tell them they have to look after it? If not, you're in a bit of dodgy water now, because it was never stipulated. If it's the client, you can now go back and go, look, as your host provider, because I care, about the security and integrity of your data, of your system, your interface, your hosting, then use some jargon words, the mirroring of the servers, the multiverse, all of this. However, your developer is not updating your website, and this is posing a risk. Please, I need you to get your developer to update your plugins. You could offer to do it though, Alan. You could say, I could do it for you, but there will be an administration charge for me to go in. Also, I have to then make a staging site. I have to do updates. Things could break. I can't be responsible for anything that breaks. You need to go back to your developer. However, your developer might not like it that Alan went and updated. So you need to kind of get the client to put pressure on the developer to go in and update. And they need to do it by the end of next week. It is now Friday, the 9th of June in the UK. They need to do it by Friday, the 16th of June. If they do not do it, you may have to consider asking the client to move the website, because the website poses a risk. What kind of risks are you talking about, though? Because I think I need to get my head around what they are as well. Yeah, I mean, Pez, WooCommerce seem to be moving at pace at the moment with lots of their stuff. And WooCommerce also created the WooCommerce Express. Has anyone seen that? Don't use WooCommerce Express. It's like a rip-off of WordPress, and I really think it's just yuck. I really do. And I do think they use the word Express to just kind of almost sound a bit like WordPress. Yeah, WooCommerce Express. I think there's a bit of a clever play on words there. So, Alan, you have a relationship with a client. Are you going out with them? I hope you're not married to them. So what you need to do is just get them to put pressure on them. Yep, dodgy water is a challenge. You're so right, John. You don't want to be drinking it. Yeah, okay, so look, Alan, you've offered, right? Developer's not happy. Exactly like I said, right? Client initially said they wanted me to do it, and this is why I agreed to host a site. So, Alan, quite frankly, you should not be giving two shits about the developer. That's between the client and the developer. If the client decides to pay you to do it, and they give you admin rights, okay, the only problem I foresee here is, what if you do it, and you're very careful, you got backups or whatever, but every time you try and do it, the website comes down like that. right? Every time it comes down. If you have not updated Elementor in the last year and you update, your website will go down. What you've got to do is update Elementor Pro first, then Elementor, and you got to download the latest version from your Elementor account, and then you'll be all right. So if it's an Elementor website and you update, the website will crash. It will. I'm telling you now. Because it's not been updated regularly, it will crash. So my advice is that you kind of say to the client, okay, look, here's the option. Developer doesn't want to do it. I'll do it for you. You're going to have to charge a premium. Don't think it will be a 5-minute job. Factor in the time to do a backup, which you obviously will because you're hosting it. But also, what if you do it and there's a problem? Then you got to roll back again. Then you might need to go, well, what if I do this? Oh no, I have another problem again. From the client's point of view, they don't care. You said you'd do it. So you got to spell it out to them that, yeah, I'll do that, but if it falls over because it's not been regularly updated, then whose responsibility is it to fix? Is it yours or the developer? The developer at this point might go, forget it, and walk off. Client can't do anything about that. Unless the client has a contract with the developer to say the developer must ensure the website is kept up to date. So now we're entering back into the kind of conversations we had yesterday and the day before about stipulations, contract, terms and conditions. Meeting with the client developer next Tuesday. Okay, that's a good step forward. That's a good step.
Sorry.
Ooh. Hey Gene, how are you doing? How's life with bricks as well, by the way? Look, guys, I like using bricks, but the bricks community is getting worse and worse and worse, in my opinion, okay? I would say for every 10 posts, there's about 7 for every 10 posts that I see now. They're just slating, and I do get annoyed by that. Wesley, side question. Are you doing... Of course I am. Of course, Wesley, we're always doing reviews. Just email it over. Have you emailed anything over? I don't think you have. I don't think you have. Have you emailed anything over? Da 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 da. No, you haven't yet. Email over then, Wesley. Yeah, don't worry. Look, Alan, it's one of these tricky ones, right? Where once you experience the problem, you now go, I didn't think of that. And that's sometimes the lessons in life. We've all been there. We've all been there, trust me. And we all like to think we've got everything watertight, don't we? We like to think, yeah, we're untouchable, we're okay. And then a problem happens. The trouble is, Gene, right, is that there's too much of what I call superiority complex, stubbornness, arrogance. We had it in the elemental groups as well for a while, and now it's kind of died down. You ask a question, it's a bit like if you're in a meeting, you know, at work, and someone says something like, we need to go and do the acro. And everyone's going, yeah, let's do the acro. And you're sat there going, what's the acro? What? Have I missed something? What? And everyone looks at you and goes, you don't know what the acro is? We've been talking about it for the last 20 weeks. It's in the meetings. It's in all of our emails. What? You really don't know what the acro is? And you're like going, well, yeah, I've seen it, but I didn't pay much attention. What is the acro? What is it? The acro. What is the acro? The acro. I don't even know what the acro is either. But that's what's happening, right? So even when someone asks a basic question like, how do I set the global colours? People are like, ugh. Like they're like, ugh. The colours. The colours. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we've all been there. We've all been there, right? You know, if someone said to me, how do I change the oil in the car? I'd probably be like, okay. I mean, I know how to do it, but I don't do it. My garage does it whenever I have the service. But does that mean I'm not capable of driving a car? So this whole kind of like, you know, superior, and that's the problem though, right? There's a little bit too much of upmanship. Yeah, something like that. Ibe just says, I'm trying to learn more about PHP and hooks. So, I'm not the best person when it comes to PHP and hooking. Have you tried using ChatGPT? You know, absolutely picks up. And that's the thing, though. I think... see, here's the thing, yeah. Bricks is really good. In fact, breakdance is really good as well. Oh my god, did I just say that? Oh my god, Louis might take a sound bite of that. But breakdance is a good product. The trouble is, though, the PR machine behind it is wrong. Wrong. Every day I see a new sponsored post come up by Louis, and he's done another one. Like this morning I saw it. Every day there's a new one. And they all start basically the same. In the first or second sentence or paragraph, we are better than this, we are better than them, elemental this, elemental that. And it just gets really, really boring, okay? But Bricks is good. But like I said, it's the people, and I don't want to be inside a group. I get fed up. I'm not going to bother. Sometimes someone posts something and I want to offer my view, and I go, oh no, because I get battered over in that group. So Pickstar says, before you learn PHP, be a pro. Yeah, you're right. Pickstar's right there. You've got to really be on top of your world with that. You really do. It's a funny thing, right? It's a bit like when I used to train analysts to analyze data, and they wanted to learn SQL and Tableau reporting. And you know what I would say to them? I would say, become hot on Excel. Make sure you can do VLOOKUPs, HLOOKUP, if statements, formatting. Make sure you are hot as shit on that. Because if you can problem solve and think out the box with your formulas, when you come to SQL, you will start to apply that, okay? Because you ain't going to understand the joining and all of that, and then views upon whatever, and truncating, and sticking into a staging table or a temp table, and then, and algorithms. Because if you can't handle VLOOKUPs, HLOOKUPs, if statements, conditional, not conditional, if errors and all of that, if you can't handle that, don't move on to SQL. Okay, and the same, like Pickstar says, make sure you get a good understanding and a good grip of stuff like that. Do you know what, Carapos? I can tell you now, and I'm not the only one to say this. There are other very well-known influencers, and it's not just me and a few others. There's quite a lot of us that no matter what Louis paid, I can tell you now. Even if Louis said to me, I'll pay you £100,000 to do 4 or 5 videos, and the videos are like 5-10 minutes long each, so I can do them in a day, I would not take it, because my integrity and what I stand for trumps everything. I got offered a major amount of money back in 2017, January 2017, to join another company, and they were going to practically offer me nearly double what my earnings were, because I moved from the NHS to Optum, who are part of the United Healthcare Group from America, right? And they were going to offer me double, like with loads of extra benefits and stuff. They were going to bombard. They were like, we want you. I didn't go with them, and you know why? Because they were basically into the practice of taking on people and trying to crunch the competition, and they were more about like battering other companies to win stuff and do stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I work in the NHS and the health industry because I care. I want to help people. I want to make a difference. I don't want to join where I'm like, yeah, let's get the sales, let's get this, let's screw them over, let's win their business, let's clinch that deal, let's do blah, blah, blah. Don't care if it works, let's just get the money, let's just get the hundreds of thousands of pounds or whatever. I'm not into that. I can't do that. That's not me. I'm not into that whole like manipulate. right? It's a bit like happens a lot, right? People bid for jobs. They say it's going to cost, I don't know, £5,000, whatever, $5,000 for a website, but they don't have a clue. And then they're trying to get someone to do it, and they want to get their cut and all of that. Hey, Jimmy, how are you doing? Trust me, Dave, I would not do it. I would not do it. You know, integrity would stop me, because you know what? Can you imagine what my audience would think? And you might say, yeah, but who cares? You got 100,000. By the way, I'm not getting 100,000. Please don't think I'm getting anything. But can you imagine what would happen to your community and trust? EAT, right? Trust in you and me. If you did that, but you'd be battered. You know, people wouldn't want to come near you again. Oh, Pez, you know what? If you do have dark chocolate Kit Kat, it's because of the biscuit inside. It makes the dark chocolate much more bearable, doesn't it? So, Lakshan, what tools do you use to create WooCommerce sites? Okay, this is a difficult one. So, Lakshan, I use WooCommerce. And I'll use a payment gateway. And often, that's it. I might use custom fields if I need to do a custom field. If you're using Elementor Pro, you got your widgets there. If you're using Bricks, you got your widgets there. Do I always go for cart abandonment? Not really. Do I always go for funnels? Not really. Do I go for any fancy gift coupon stuff? Not really, unless the client wants it. So when it comes to WooCommerce, what tools do you use? There's going to be Canva, right, to do your products. Have you watched my video, the 7-hour video we released about 4 weeks ago on how to build a WordPress website with Elementor? Nearly 7 hours. A large chunk of it is about WooCommerce products, all of that. So the question about what do you use to create WooCommerce is, you should rephrase it as what kind of website. So if you tell me what kind of website you're thinking, then we might think about that. Wesley, are you ready, mate? So I'm now going to start doing reviews because we got 2 websites come in. Wesley, are you there? Wes, give me a hell yeah. Well, not even a hell yeah. Give me a yeah to say you're online and we will review your website. By the way, Wesley, your website is... Ooh, okay, yeah, your website does take a while to load up. But I think that's your server. And now I remember your website, Wes. Yes, I remember it. I remember it now. I do remember it. But, yeah, I do remember it. Okay, Wes, are you ready? Tell me you're ready. Okay, because okay, Wes, right. So you've taken on board what we said. But I do think you've still got a few mistakes on here, okay? Right, I still think there's a few mistakes. So number 1, I don't like this at the top. I just don't like that. I really would get rid of that. I don't like that at all. I feel like you've got strong images, color, and then my attention goes da-da-da-da-da-da like that. My eyesight's bobbing a lot. So get rid of that. I do think though the white bar, you can get away with it. I'm not sure about the rainbow design now. I remember at the time I didn't go into this. I'm not sure about the rainbow design because if your color scheme is purple, which is obviously what we're doing and pushing here, I just don't think that logo works anymore. You know, so I would, you know, the other problem also is the word Wes Design, right? Wes Design feels very much like web design. I do feel like the name of the company, there is something about that just doesn't work for me. It doesn't connect to clothing, gender neutral. It doesn't connect at all. It doesn't make me think. It feels like web design, Wes Design, web design. It just doesn't connect. I would, exactly, like Pixar says, the rainbow, it just doesn't work. Maybe have purple, maybe have a lighter purple color behind. This needs to come in. This needs to be smaller icons, and you need to come into 1000 pixels, yeah? You need to come in to, Jimmy, we don't mean that, okay, Jimmy, okay? calm down, sit down. But I would come into 1000 pixels. You need to have smaller icons, right? This is better. This is so much better than what you had, because I remember what you had, right? This is better, right? Because your images now are the same size. Much, 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 much better. Okay? View more, featured collections, 80s. Yep, I like this. You thought about your... Look at this. Look at the improvements you've done here. Much, much, much better. Right? We get the purple at the bottom. Really clever. Really, really clever, okay? Really clever. But you know down here, definitely make these icons smaller and bring them in, right? 1000 boxed width, because you go wide, wide, thin. Make sure this is 1000 as well. What have you got at the moment? I'll tell you with my ruler. You've actually now you can go for 1200. In fact, go for 1200. Bit more padding there. Bring this in to be about 800 pixel width. Too much words. I'm going like this. Bring it in so it's more like that. Bring it in, okay? Consistency's gone a little bit out the window now here. So we've got a size here. Then we've got a big size here. Then we've got a smaller size here. Smaller there for plant a tree. Smaller there. I'm not sure about that. So you nailed it there. You got a good one there, but I'm not sure about that. I think you've got to change that again. Queeraf? What's Queeraf? What does the AF bit stand for? Queeraf? Never heard that before. I'm not liking that testimonial. I would get rid of not the testimonial of that. I mean, look, I'm having to wait. Plant a tree with every every order. I thought it said every one. With every order. Sustainable packaging recycle. Look, that's a lot. That's a lot there, yeah. You got to get rid of that. No, I'd get rid of this. I'd get rid of this entire bit, our mission. You know, that our mission statement can be down here in your footer. You know, down here in your footer, you could have it over here. What is our mission statement? I've got a feeling you're still working on this. So you've done a bit, but I think you've still got a bit more to refine there. Right, Sri, are you there, Sri? Because we're going to jump into your website now, Sri. Right? We're going to jump into your website. Right. Yep. Yep. So come on. Come on, Sri. Are you there? Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Jimmy, yeah, you know that whole thing about the plant a tree? You could even pop it down here. You know, like our mission statement. Planting a tree, all of that. Just think about this though as well. It looks a little bit lost because it's like you got this in the middle and then you got that all the way over on the left. So think about that. Okay, we're now going to jump over onto Sri's website. Dropbox. What? Unfortunately, I am going to say that... hold on a moment. I've just realised you've sent me a design. So what I'm going to say, though, Sri, is unfortunately I don't... well, okay, I could do a review. Okay, all right, let me just check. Right, let me just get the website. Yeah, exactly, because stuff like that works really well, doesn't it, Jimmy? Because then you can have a little icon of a tree and... Right, so is this the page? So Sri, is this the page? Right, let me just get it on. Because I don't know what's going on here, yeah, but the images are, I mean, I don't know, I'll download it. Download. Right. Right, let's download it. Hold on, it's opened up now. It's opened up. Right, it's opened up now. There we go. Right. That's now loaded through. Right. Sri, hey Andrew, hey Eddie, we're just doing a quick review of Sri Ram or Raghunathan's Figma output for a web design presenting to a client. Right, let's have a look at this. Okay, so let's just get it on a bit bigger so we can see it a little bit better. The blue and the background color contrast not so great, but you can get away with it. Connect chiropractic. I love chiropractors, except that injection. She looks like an evil person. Look at those knuckles. I bet she's worn a few knuckle dusters in her life. Connect chiropractic home about... You see this button here? Look at the button and the size of the font and the color. It's lighter than that and it's bigger. Make it smaller, and the padding there I think is way too big. I would move it over to the left a bit more. I feel like that top gets a bit busy. There's a lot going on. I would make that feel smaller and have it more here. Have it more here. Connect chiropractic. No. Yeah, okay, you can repeat it. Noble Park's trusted chiropractic. Experience caring. I'm not sure about the word experience. Get rid of the word experience. Yeah. Caring, personalised and holistic chiropractic care for your well-being. Yeah. In fact, get rid of the word caring. Get rid of the word experience. Do you get me, Eddie? It does look scary, doesn't it? Look at this. Like, I've hurt my back. What the heck? I don't want an injection. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Yeah, Bio, I think you get what I meant by the contrast. That background colour, it doesn't work very well, does it? It doesn't work very well. I'm partially thinking if you need to saturate this image a bit, make it grayscale so you can whiten this a little bit more, because it doesn't work very well. I mean, she is smiling, yeah, but that does, like, look, I go to chiropractors a lot. I have back problems, right? But injection, let me tell you now, no way, okay? Get rid of the word experience caring. I would go for personalised and go for personal... Oh, here we go. I can't even highlight it. Personalised and holistic chiropractic care for your well-being, okay? Get shortened down. The padding's here a bit big. And then also, what I do want to say, though, right, is that if this is not a sticky header, book now, make a booking. Book now, make a booking. We're repeating ourselves, right? So I would say either have it there, or, in fact, I'm actually going to say don't have it there. Just have it there. Or maybe don't even have it there. You're going to have to make a call, make it. Aren't they the same thing in a way? Is that a contact form and all of that? But yeah, this is evil. Right? You know, evil. Look. She's even got red. Is that blood? Blood. Nail polish. Blood on her lips. This is a dead body. This isn't even alive. This person's gone. Look at this picture here behind. Look at the picture we have here. Let me zoom in. Look at this picture here. Look. That looks like someone's shoes. She's even got pictures on her wall of people that have been dead, put down. Look at this. Look at that. Was that a mirror? Is that a mirror? Might be a mirror. Might be a mirror, actually. Let's pretend it's a mirror. Anyway, right, let's get back onto this. Right, stop messing around, everyone. Right, let's get back onto reviewing this page. We're not even got past the hero banner. This is how much this has affected us. We're not even on the hero banner. Right, when you make sure that this is all, let me get rid of that. How do I get rid of this bit here? How do I get rid of this bit down? Oh, anyway, look. Make sure that this is all within 100 VH, right? This is all within 100 VH, right? So this bit here at the bottom is at the bottom of the screen. Pediatric, pregnancy, sport. Yeah, really. So I'm pregnant. I'm not. But I'm pregnant and this is what's going to happen, right? Pediatric, let's take your kids. We're going to give him an injection. Sports, all I did was twist my thumb. Come here, I'm going to give you an injection. Seniors, as if they've not been put through enough. Come here, Gramps. In your back. Family. Does that now mean we go here as a family and we all get injected? Hey, let's all do it. Hey, we've even got a package deal for you. 2 adults and 3 kids. Let's go for it. Pilates. No one cares about Pilates anymore, right? Blech. It's just a buzzword. Transform your health with chiropractic services. This is a little bit overdoing it. This now feels really false. You know when someone says to me, the best garage in East Midlands, the best restaurant in Leicester, the best hairdresser in London, I sort of go, how do you know you're the best? How do you know? Have you got proof? You know, if anyone ever says to me, I'm the best gardener, let me just make a point of this. I'm the best gardener in London. How do you know you're the best? Have you got qualification? Have you proven this? Have you gone for a test? Has there been a survey? Have you got any statistics to show that? So how can you call yourself the best? Right? The best. Right. Stock photography here does not work. Right? So is this her? Is this the company? Is this actually happening? I mean, this kind of works better because we are talking about prenatal, pediatric, but the images now, right, now your color scheme is all over the place. Okay, this is good with an image. This is good. You're breaking it up nicely. However, can you see here? You've got a bit of bleed going on. And I know this is just a mock-up. Right, but look over here. Can you see the bleed over there? Right, let me show you. Let us zoom in. See the bleed over here. And if you are going to do a border radius here, do not do a border radius here. Because now it just looks like you've just popped it on top. Right, so I would make this flat. Border radius. You can still have the border radius over here as well with the shadow, but make the bit inside flat. Okay? Otherwise it just looks like, look at this over here. Having the radius there and there, it doesn't work for me over there. The image is now your color scheme's gone out the window. Grey, slightly saturated, a bit bright. Who is this? Is this the same person? Is that the same chiropractor? Because I'm looking at the hands. I don't see the nail polish there. Is that the same person? Is this fake imagery? Senior, yeah, okay. But that image does not work. Really does not work for me, that one there. By the way, my problems with my spine are here. You see those there? Is that one, and that one. And I've been told I've got to have them fused, and I refuse to do it. But it's that one. A little bit there, but they're my biggest problems there. Automatic. You need to have more gap, right? You need to have at least 40 pixels spacing here and here. And inside as well, you got to have at least 30. 20 to 30 inside. Because otherwise, I mean, look at that. That's a lot to read. In fact, that's a lot to read. Like, I've got to go. You're bored. Now I'm getting bored. Can you stick these into ChatGPT and say shorten it? Stick each one of them into ChatGPT and say shorten it. You know, I mean, look. Here we are. Here we go. Here's our person, right? Look at this. We found her. Right? We found her. Dun dun dun! Evil Knievel. And here's the poor person. She's going, hi. Welcome to my chiropractor. You have a problem? Don't you worry. Hey, look, here's a little exercise mat for you. Yeah, and she's thinking, wait till I get you lying down. Yeah, wait till I got you strapped down. You ain't going nowhere, sunshine. Oh, yeah, you're not just going to feel an injection going. You're going to feel other stuff going into you. Oh, yeah, welcome to planet Uranus. Anyway, sorry. If there's any children watching, turn off right now. And if anyone is feeling a bit sick, you may want to go. Yeah, Gary actually makes a good point there. Left aligned as well, proper indentation. Padding, conditions we treat. Watch your padding though, okay? Because there isn't really much consistency. However, this is a mock-up. Please remember, everyone, Sri is sharing a mock-up. Yeah, very good point, Jimmy. I'm glad you focused on that. I focused more on the face, but you focused on the logo, so good point there. But please, this is a mock-up, right? Please do remember, everyone. So, this is good. Conditions we treat. I think this is good. The ticks are very big. Make the ticks smaller, right? Because I'm watching the ticks more than the words, right? So make it smaller, okay? Make it smaller. Have you thought about modding this in alphabetical order? Because if I know I've got sciatica, like I spot it there. But what if someone says, oh, you've got knee and ankle pain? I'm kind of going, you know, and remember, if this is to attract seniors, think about the fact that the attention ain't going to be there all the time. They're not going to want to read everything. Even youngsters, we want to get things quick, right? TikTok, TikTok. Don't just give me ticks. Hey, come on, people. Smash the like button, okay? Exactly, Pickstar. A lot of padding. Pickstar likes to breathe. Sorry for the website, breathing space. Ooh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Right, align. No. If this was like two containers, this one this one here, you could do right aligned if you got an image here. You could get away with it. But over here, left align it, all right? All right, okay, left align it. In fact, I'd even go as far as I'll let you make a choice on that. The nervous system holds the key. It's not very readable, I have to say. It's not. I have to read it. It's not like read it straight away because of the font you've got going on there. But it helps a lot. I would not. For J Holder, do the name in the fancy font. Do it. But for this bit, stick it into a standard font. Yeah, because quotes work better like that. The name in the fancy font, you can get away with it. Why do patients choose us? Because they've got no other option. They've been forced. You got to have about 40 to 50. No, 50, I would say, padding, spacing in between, right? Because that is really too close. Like, look here. This one here literally runs into this one here. Yeah? Starts to run in. Whole body approach. You want to say, we torture you as well. Our commitment. There is a lot going on the page. There is a lot going on. And I do feel like you're going to have to take some stuff off at some point. This is good. However, the blue is the wrong blue. Look at the blue you got there, right? Look at the blue. And then look at this blue. It's the wrong blue. If you're going to do the blue, match it up. Oh, my God. Oh. I'm scared now. I feel like I'm going to have nightmares. Like, look, she's literally strangling this poor person. Look at this person. She can't even breathe. Look, her eyes are nearly closed. She's feeling faint. Right, she's nearly losing it. And this person, look at that face. Look at that. Evil. She's going, ha, 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 ha. She's like that. Ha, 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 ha. I've got you now. Where are you going to go? Hey, is she Australian? So she'll be like, "G'day, Sheila. You come here for you got a bad backache, eh? Well, guess what, Sheila? I'm going to give you something else. I'm going to give you a bad neck. Come here, lie down." Right? Probably got her there, ain't she? Like, look at that. She's going, gotcha. To be honest, though, that picture works better than that one, if I'm honest. Something's wrong with the resolution of that image, though. I feel like you've zoomed in, so watch out for that. It's not very clear, but that does work better than Miss Frankenstein over here, right? It's a crime scene, exactly, Eddie. God, we're loving this website, aren't we? It's like Frankenchick. Do you know what, right? I want to say right now, if you are this person, we're only having a laugh, okay? Just because we all got freaked out by the injection, okay? So I want to put a disclaimer in right now. Oh, there is a team. Here we go. Meet your chiropractors. May or my, she is, so my over here is part of the team. So we need to get photos with the team performing the work. We've got Dr. Ann. He's one as well. And we got LinkedIn. Good. LinkedIn profile, really good. Trustworthy. It builds trust because you're not hiding who they are. Nicole Hudson. Here we are. Here's the mastermind. Right. Franklin Hudson. Yeah, Franklin Hudson. But I would say this is good. Yeah, background images, yeah, nice and clean. Meet our team. That's probably going to be a button. Actually, I'm going to say no, I don't want to. Thank you for the offer, but I don't want to meet your team. Thank you very much. You've put me off. This really will. I keep coming back to this, right? If I was in pain or I had a problem and I came here, I'd be like, forget it. I'd even shut down my machine. I'd even sell my Mac Mini and buy a new one because I don't want any trace of this website ever again. This does not work for me here, right? The way you've done the logos doesn't work, right? The way you've done that. Can I show you an example of what you could do? Can I show you an example of what you could do? Can I go to brickswebsquadron.co.uk? Is it contacts? I think it was. Can I show you an example of what you might want to think about? Can you see this really simple form, right? Ignore this. This is just me messing around and showing someone how they could put in some like field and stuff. So ignore that, right? In fact, we won't go to that one. Let's go to this one. This one might be a dead. No, that website's dead. I killed it off. But can you see how here you get your contact form, and then if you want to share your logos or other stuff, you can do. Because this really, really does not work for me at all. It feels. It just doesn't work. Like left align it just doesn't work. Yeah, left align that. How can you get here? How can you get here in a body bag? Yeah. In the back of an ambulance, in the back of a car, you're going to get kidnapped. We're going to put you in the back of a car and we're going to drive you down and inject you. Obviously, you're going to have a map over here. I reckon go and put a map in if it's a mock. There is a lot going on here. There really is a lot going on here. And somehow you've got to get this and this bit here with the map into here. So have your affiliations over here, maybe. I don't know, at the bottom. Have your contact form, have the phone number, email address. Over here, you might then start to say a bit more about the address. You might have a Google map. You might say a bit more about the services or the areas they cover. You could even have a Google map and then you do a border around all the areas they service as well. This is for SEO. I know that you're trying to cover off SEO here, but it's very, 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 very. There's a lot going on, and I've got to go through all of that before I get to that. There's a lot going on here, yeah? Remember, people are in pain. They want to know what they've got. They want to know who you are and do they think you can help them, and they want to convert. Frequently asked questions. How many people have died? Have you got a criminal record? Are you part of a cult? Can I donate blood? Can I pull out? Is there a word? Is there a safe word? So if when you're doing that, is there a safe word? So if I say Uranus, will you pull out? Yeah, what is the safe word going on over here? And then obviously you got your. I mean, look, you've kind of covered off a lot of that. I mean, not all of it, but you've done some stuff here, right? You've done make a booking. No, you're forcing it. Yeah, the footer is now meant to just give me further info. Left align your. You can get away with it, but the trouble I have with this is if you're going to centralize this and then left align that and then kind of left align that, even though the icons make it look disjointed, centralizing that just does not work. It doesn't work. Either left align or don't left align, but these icons, get rid of them. I don't think these icons are helping you out at all. Whiten that. But yeah, Well done for putting your website forward, Sri. Well done. I think we had a lot of fun for all the wrong reasons. There's quite a bit of work there that does need to be done on that, though. I'm just checking on the comments because I kind of missed a lot of them. Surgical equipment, Andrew, right? I mean, can you imagine, Andrew, right? I got back problems, but I don't want any acupuncture or any needles or anything like that going into me. Thank you very much. So I've just got to hit verify for a moment on something. Oh, get lost. You know when you get those emails, hi, we build websites. We think your website needs a lot of work. You know, your SEO's not good and we think you need a makeover. Get lost. They come to my website and they go, you need a makeover. Artiv, general question. How long do you think a homepage... Artiv, this is a really good question. Hey, Eden, great to have you here. Artiv, that's a really, really good question. About how long do you think a homepage should be? I think it depends, Artif, on what you're trying to do. So is it that you're really trying hard to convert someone? Let's say you say your website is about, I'm going to make you a millionaire. You're going to have to convince me that you're not bullshitting, that you're talking the gospel, you're talking the truth, right? So you might need to go big. However, do you just want to kind of give someone the trust that, look, hey, you're in the right place. We can help you out. Here's a little bit, but now here's the other richer info and details like that. It's a really subjective question, Artif, but it is a very, very good one. I don't like to overdo it unless it very much is like you've got to sell it. You have got to sell it because you are in a very competitive market. Right? What if you had a website that said, you can buy oxygen off me? Huh? Why would I want to buy oxygen? And now I'm going to tell you why my oxygen is better than the oxygen out there. In fact, don't breathe at all. You've really got to sell it, right? So maybe now you're really going to go into like the testimonials and you'll have a photo of someone who goes, I used to breathe the air. However, I then realised by having Imran's oxygen, I breathed easier. You know, loads of, you know, it depends on all of that, stuff like that. Yes, Sri, look, brave. And I really like the fact that you did that. And I'm really glad we went through your mock-up. But I hope it gives you some food for thought and ideas. And you might want to say to the client, look, the image resolution is great. But I've been speaking to a few people and they all agree with me as well that that image could put people off. If you want to have that image on a sub-page, maybe you've got a page dedicated to surgical, then it makes absolute sense. Or if you have like a, you know how they were describing the services and you had surgical, you could put it in there. The image could go there. But as a chiropractor, do you know what would work really well as an image? If we go back to this website for Sri, this is what would work really, really well. Your hero banner is the 3 chiropractors next to each other looking at and offering a hand, you know, kind of thing. And you now see the team. You see who they are, right? You even have one of them like, you have 3 of them. One of them might be leaning on a desk or they're like sat on a desk and they're holding the spine. You know, like them. Every chiropractor has a model of a spine. They all do because they love to show it. This is your spine. Clickety, clickety, clack, right? You got one of them holding a spine. They don't have to be with a patient. They don't have to be, oh, let's get all of that. Get those knots out. They don't have to do any of that. They especially don't need to be ramming an injection into your spinal cord, right? So if you think about that, okay, I think a hero banner with 3 of them and one of them's holding that, you know, the model of the spine is going to build trust. I know who the team is because I didn't get to see the team or even who she was, Nicole Hudson, until I was like right down here. Get it at the top. At the top. At the top. All of you. Come on. With me. All of you. Jamie, Sergio, all of you. Michael, Maddie, Jimmy, Eden, Artie, Gary, Sri. At the top. Sorry. It's hurting my arms now. Yeah, and Michael's right. Most people just scroll further to the site. Now, if the website is like, I'm going to make you loads of money, I'm going to tell you how to win at horse racing, I'm going to tell you how to beat the market, the stock market, and never lose a sale, then if the page is longer and they keep giving you more, you know, here's the jelly beans that's going to lead to the giant beanstalk, here's all the, you know, the gravy, then you will read it, right? You'll keep going. You'll keep going, yeah, because, oh, yeah, this is what, yeah, he's right, she's right, they're right. But if it's just a service, hey, chiropractor, yeah, I know what a chiropractor is. Yeah, I know what you do. Yeah, have you convinced me? But when you go on and on and on and on and on, then it feels like, oh, now you're getting desperate. Hey, book me. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. You know, hey, Adrian. You know, it goes on and on and on. You don't want to do that. Just keep it simple. Rein it in. Right? Rein it in. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, cool, Sri. Anyway, look, Sri, I really hope that helps you out, mate, okay? And thank you very much. By the way, everyone who ever submits a website, you know, they're literally opening themselves up to either be praised, applauded, roasted, some criticism, good and bad, constructive. We try to be constructive all the time. But I love it because I feel like someone watching this, by the way, smash the like button. Someone watching this might go, well, I think it's okay. I don't see the problem. But then when you start to see comments or you hear me go, well, what about that and that? It makes something click in your mind, okay? And it happens to me sometimes, like, I'll look at my own work and go, why did I do that? Why did I do that? And you need to have that third-party view sometimes to help improve yourself, right? You know, it massively, massively helps everyone. I mean, Gary's right. That is why I'm not a fan of templates and themes, because they almost imply that this can work for you. And I always feel like when you put your own images in, all of a sudden the layout doesn't work. Or if you add in more words and the images work, but you add in more words, now the layout doesn't work. And I would rather know the content, the images, the wording, the sitemap, and then I decide on, right, what do we do here? Maybe this is a 1-page website. Maybe it's a 5-page. Maybe it's a 10-page. Do we have lots of images or a few images? Do we have more work? How do we have lots of words, but we're going to keep it clean? Big headlines, words, clean. You know, the odd icon, the odd divider line. We keep it clean. Or is it like, it deserves images? This is an architect website. This is a fashion website. This is selling funky clothes or furniture. It deserves boom, 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 boom. You know, what does it deserve? Eddie, I'm not in a good mood. I can tell you now, Eddie, the live chats are probably saving me from, if I'm honest, the live chats are saving me from deep, deep depression. I'm kidding. I'm not lying, right? The last 9 days have been unbearable for me in terms of YouTube hammering me, because people have been sharing videos by using the direct link and not the share link, and I'm getting hammered, and I keep praying, please, every night that the things will go back to how they are. But every day, every night, every morning, I want to cry. Literally, I feel it, but I'm holding it in. And I'm not just saying that, but I really am emotionally broke. Deep, deep down inside, I am broke. So live chats, being able to talk about other stuff, not just websites, but, you know, other stuff is keeping me afloat. But I can tell you now, inside, mate, I am a broke man. I'm telling you, man, I am angry, upset, very upset, very, very, very upset. Yes. Okay. Video. Where can I get free? John goes 600 words. Rank math. Exactly. videos. Where can I get free and good vector images? Depends what kind of images you want, video boy. Have you thought about Canva? Have you thought about... Because you can get an image from Canva and convert it. So I did a video yesterday, Vectorizer, shared by Mark Harris. Go and watch it, about converting an image into an SVG. You vectorize it, so you could do that as well. Hey Hermione below, how you doing? Yeah, Eden. Do you know what, Eden? Watch out for that, okay? Because there's quite a few people who have been hit by this, right? Other influencers in WordPress, but they don't always talk about it, or they didn't realize. And I've done so much investigation, right? And it's just hammered, absolutely hammered, right? Just hammered. And it's hurt me a lot. It's hurt me a lot inside. So John goes define clean. Clean for me, right, is where things aren't too close. They're spaced out. You got good padding or margin. If you have got a strong image, you make sure the words aren't too close. You give breathing space, so you make it almost flow. It's very artistic, right? Whereas if you cramp things in, it's like, oh my God, too much. And if you have loads of words, you don't want to go full width, because now you're like this, reading it. It's like, oh my God, it's like reading a dissertation. It's like a dissertation. Don't want to go for that. So Michael goes, do you think it's because you were a clone? Not completely, Michael. I think the problem is, there's no point me talking about this problem to my wife or people in the street. They're not going to get it. They won't fully get it. And even when you talk to other YouTubers, if they've not experienced a problem, they don't get it. I could even say to some of you guys, and you might go, well, it's not our problem. You know, we don't get monetized out of it. We don't get anything out of it. In fact, you should be glad that we watch your videos. So it's a very... It's a very solitary place sometimes, yeah, and it's nothing to do with working on your own, because I got you guys and I engage with other people all the time as well. But it's a very solitary place because YouTube aren't going to help you out. They don't really care at the end of the day. You get hammered. You have no idea how long it's going to take. Wiki Design, Mark Crowell and Barbara from Wiki Design were hit by this same problem. And they were hammered for 5 months. So basically, Michael, if anyone ever shares any video, not just for me, I'm talking about any YouTube video, do not use the direct URL link in the top. It normally has the word watch in it. Don't use that. Below the video, you will see the button share. Hit share, get the link from there, and share that. If you're going to embed a video in a video widget, use the share link. Do not use the direct link. Because if you use the direct link, YouTube class that as a direct link. So they were literally saying to me, right, one of my videos did really, really well a week and a bit ago. And they were like, oh, we don't know if that's real or bots. And I went, I don't do bots. But because a direct link does not tell them if it came via a search, here's what's really ridiculous, right? If you stick a link on a website, right, you know it's come from that website. But because it's a direct link, they don't like it. And it's unbelievable, right? And then they literally said to me that, they've said this repeatedly, it's my responsibility over what you do. And I'm like, how does that work? I even said to YouTube, if you're so clever, why don't you change the format of the direct link? If it bothers you so much, change the format. You could easily do that. But the problem is, they don't want to do that, because then it would historically affect every YouTube video out there, right? You know? But anyway, look, let's not focus on that all the time, okay? Because, like, I've done that one to death, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Eden says she has shared direct link. Paul's done it. Wiki Design have done it. You know, everyone has done it. It's like if you put a link in a email newsletter. Again, the same thing. And if YouTube suddenly notice like a spike, that's it. Suspicious activity, invalid activity, boom, you're hammered. You get hammered. And the fact that Wiki Design were hammered for 5 months. So December until April this year, 5 months. Now, I don't know what revenue they make or not, but let me tell you now, when your potential monetization revenue gets hit and data down to like 10% of what you were making, let me tell you now, I'll probably make more money every day if I sat outside with a cup going, please donate. I'll probably make more, and that is the sad historic reality of it at all. So the funny thing is, Artif, right? Yeah, here's the funny thing, because I studied it as well. There's something about the wording. So the .be, something about it tracks it. I'm honest, Artif, I don't get it. I don't get it myself, mate. I really don't get it. It blows my mind as to what exact is the algorithmic logic all behind it. Thank you very much, Indapri. I'm glad you liked yesterday's video, and have a look at today's video about privacy policies. If you want your website to stay protected every time the world changes the laws with GDPR and data protection and privacy policies and terms and conditions and cookies and stuff like that, Termageddon. If you're a web designer or an agency, you can get the policy generators and the cookie consent tool for free from Termageddon, right? I make nothing out of you going to Termageddon. You don't even have to watch the video and click the link. It's a non-affiliate link. It is just a link to Termageddon, right? Go to Termageddon, sign up. I make nothing off that. Can I make that really, really clear? The only reason I'm putting it out there is because it could make a massive difference in protecting you and your clients from potential fines or issues later on down the line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Eddie, I mean, look, it's one of those things, Eddie, where a lot of us maybe probably didn't like, oh, what's this? Someone's just sent me an image. I'm just going to share it. Yep, so Jimmy, that link you've got there, yeah, change that link, right? Don't have that link, right? Change that link to be the share link, okay? Change it to be the share link, right? So you can just get the link from, get a share link or something like that. So that's what you need to do. So go to the video and get the share link and you'll understand what you need to do. No, in fact, you've already done it. Jimmy's just sent me an image. So, yeah, Jimmy's done it. Yeah, Jimmy, that's it. Yeah. Cheers, Jimmy. But, yeah, it's just one of those things, right? But anyway, back to the comments that are coming in. John, any idea why a website would load almost completely, then would load a second time? John, can you email... Oh, hang on, I've just realised. There, the bar at the bottom. Can you email down here, please? Cheers, Jimmy. Can you email down here your website URL and we'll quickly jump on and have a look? Because there could be something... Oh, but hold on. It only happens when browsing the first time when cookies are cleared or incognito. No. Have you right-clicked to check your page for any JavaScript issues or any red flags that are popping up? You know, it's a weird one, Pez, right? And it's video. Do you charge on non-profit organization websites or do you accept? We do non-profit, but we do still charge. And here's why I do still charge, okay? The word non-profit organization, right, is a very subjective thing. Let me explain. There's lots of companies out there that say they are a non-profit. I'm not saying this about you, but I'm just putting my take on it. Loads of people will say they're a non-profit organisation, but they still take money. They will use a chunk of that money to pay their wages, their admin, their mileage, their rent, their whatever's their food, whatever they need to do. And they will pay themselves as well. And that is classed as business costs, right? Everything else is the not-for-profit bit, right? So they only have to give 20%, 17% to the actual charity. 80% can go in their back pocket. I am not saying that you're like this. However, if anyone who's come to me and says they're a non-profit organization, the first thing I do is I go online and I see what they're making and what they're putting in towards admin. Because if I can see they make next to nothing, then I'll see what I can do with them. There was one company that was making over £200,000 a year. They only gave £30,000 a year to the actual charity cause, and £170,000 was going to admin, staffing, and all of that. And I'm one of those people where I'm like, everyone that donated to you, because you've used the word not for profit, feel it was going to the charity. So I would say, yeah, I have no issue with not for charity, but I would want to understand a bit more about their business model and do they have a budget for web design? Because I hate to be the bad guy here, but if they're willing to pay one of their staff members £50,000 a year for just doing, I don't know, administrating the accounts, right? What goes in, what goes out. Why should I build a website for free? And it's a touchy area, okay? Because some people don't agree with me on this. But I do. When I see the word not-for-profit, I look at it and go, now tell me what you make a year and what goes where. What goes on advertising? What goes on administration? What goes on food? What goes to how many team members do you employ? And I'm not saying this about you or any organization. I'm not going to name any, okay? But you'll be surprised if you ever go and investigate. Because would you still donate if you knew that for every pound you gave to a company, only 20 pence of that pound or 20 cents of that dollar went to where you wanted it to go? And I do get a bit irritated by when I see adverts on TV and everywhere and they show, malnourished and poverty and just children and people, and they really tug on your heartstrings. And then when you dig deeper, you find out that, yeah, you're not for profit, but 80% of what you get goes to your very happy CEO and managing director who's just bought another big house, who doesn't live in that country or over there. So they're doing pretty all right, aren't they? It's like someone I knew, their son had a tumour and the son was okay, and they started a charity and they said it was to help tumour patients. 82% of what they made basically went into his back pocket, basically. It was him, his wife, and a few people. That's all I'm going to say about that. I was disgusted. I was absolutely disgusted by that. Hey, Jimmy, don't worry, mate. I hope when we get to Monday I feel better. But yeah, every night I'm just feeling a bit cut up inside. Yeah, cheers for that, John. Please send over the email. Yes, Sinan, you take care. Oh, man, Andrew, that's not nice. That is not nice when they accuse you. Yeah, exactly, Eden. I mean, thank you, John. Your website's come. I'm going to open it up now. I like to know. I mean, sometimes, though, I don't give money. So if I know so-and-so or they need something, I'll give food. I'll give a product. Because the minute you give money, it's not going to go where you think it's going to go. It doesn't. Don't fall for it. Don't go for it. Right. So we're looking at. By the way, I'm not critiquing John's website that he has sent over. Right. I'm not critiquing it. But what he said was, it took two. I mean, right now it's loading for me fine. But if I take your URL and I go to, say, a private window, oh, hello, incognito, there's a little bit of a delay with the image, but that was about it, a tiny bit, and that could be the type. I mean, if I go and inspect your image now, right, you do have a slider, so that doesn't help. If we go to your image, whoops, there it is. If we go to your image, ooh, I had it then. Where's it gone? Where's the image gone? But I'm just going to open it in a new tab. I mean, it's a WebP, but I don't know about the size. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe image size is okay. But if I right-click, there is no JavaScript issue. Look, there's no red, so that's good. And it could be. I mean, I don't want to clear the cookies. I did go in incognito. I went, and it was fine. The incognito was actually fine. You know, good images, by the way. I mean, it's a simple website, but I think this kind of does work for Philip. It does work, actually. Yeah. I mean, there's no issues, and I think there might be a bit of a delay, but I don't think it's groundbreaking. It could just be server. It could just be momentary server, by the way. I mean, do you get this all the time? Like all the time? Because I don't really think there was a major issue there, if I'm really honest. Don't forget to smash the like button if you have not smashed the like button already. John, what's this? I get the issue with the type 2 Imran health can be challenging. The what? The type 2 Imran health? What, you mean diabetes? Yeah, do you know what, John? I'm just going to say, test it out, like Safari, Google Chrome, Edge. What other tips can I give you? The website, what was it built with? Is it, can I just go back into your website? What was it? Was it Elemental? Was it Quickly? It's Elemental, right. So, it's an Elemental website. So, what you need to do is go and regenerate your CSS, number one, right? Purge your site, purge your server. If you're still a little bit worried, maybe think about doing like WP optimize and just clear out any transients or anything like that. What's this? What's going on here? If you... Oh, someone's just shared a design in the Squadron group. Yeah. Okay, everyone, I'm going to give you a 2-minute warning now because we have been live for 1 hour and 22 minutes. And I think that's kind of a... diabetes got you, John. I did wonder when you put type 2 down. I did think it was that. Please don't forget to smash like. Hey, Duckit, how are you doing? I'm about to go off in 2 minutes. I'm taking my son to watch Transformers tonight, so I want to rattle on with some editing work in time for a video that I want to get out for Monday about live chat. I don't mean like that kind of live chat. I mean like live chat in your website if you want to offer a support service or anything like that, which someone might say is the same as that kind of live chat as well, because that's a support service or not. I don't know. No, Andrew, I'm just being hammered. I'm just being hammered by YouTube because if you share our video, do not share the direct link. Use the share button, but we're being accused of invalid activity because of that. I'll try not to think about it, Eden. I'll try. It's when you the amount of work you put in, or the amount of work I've put in, it's the biggest punch in the guts I have had in a long, long, long time. It's it's the biggest punch, but I will try, Eden. I'll try. Hopefully tonight watching a movie will take my mind off it, unless the movie talks about YouTube, and then my mind will not be taken off it. Talis asks, elemental technical question. I want to use the testimonial widget. After I add the short code, the typography does not follow the template settings. All goes italic. that should not happen. Are you viewing on a live preview page on the live website? So in the editor, it might look funny, but what happens when you go to the live site? You know, have a look at that. Also, have you got any typography settings done in the elemental section or the container? Have you applied anything? What happens if you start a brand new container or a section or anything like that? Hey, look, Sri, well done, okay? Again, thank you. We should be saying thank you to you. So everyone, before you say goodbye, say thank you to Sri, all right, for what he did there. Don't worry, Ducky. I'm glad the videos are helping. Okay, everyone, look, I'm going to say goodbye now. You take care, Mark, as well. You take care, Andrew. Yeah, the soft play website. I think the trouble you've got is you want to make it different, but the trouble is that you want to make it different, okay? But I can't say it, but the client's kind of restricting you, right? The client is restricting you. Okay, I'm going to shoot off now. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. See you soon. Cheers, Wesley. I hope you. When you say your wife thinks I'm pure, does she think I'm pure shit? I know what she meant. You take care, everyone. All right. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.